This is There Goes My Money.
All right, everyone. Welcome to another edition of There Goes My Money. Today we have Brian, Don, Chris, Melvar, and Rob Clay. And I'm your host, Diecast. And did anyone get anything cool today or this week?
I got Croc and Quake. They're cool,
That's
right?
awesome.
Aren't they cool?
Yeah.
Will they can be considered cool?
Yeah, they're cool.
I got some more tiny
Transformers. Yeah, those colors look pretty cool.
I didn't get anything cool, but I got Broadside.
Didn't you get Braun
I got
too?
Broadside as well, and I actually like him.
Broadside's okay. I ended up liking Broadside a little better when I put the jet mode into the correct context, which is that it's the long lost Clover version of the Zeta Gundam, which I think is a reference only Rob is going to get.
Yes, you just need a tiny Devastator to drop your Broadside on, and that will increase your joy.
Yeah,
increase your joy exponentially.
It's not going to help the jet mode though.
No.
Yeah. And mine will probably never ever see jet mode again.
I've never transformed mine to jet mode.
But also, I got a couple things last week, but I wasn't around last week to talk about them, so I got my subscription service Pretenders, Optimus and Megatron.
Jealous.
And as I didn't have Oil Master, I find myself really enjoying Optimus.
And the cool thing is he's truck and monkey. So.
Yes.
Monkey truck.
I didn't say it was perfect.
Yeah, last week I wasn't here either, but I did get Premier Edition Bumblebee, and it's a decent toy, but I don't think it's really $20 worth of toy. And in the greater context of deluxe Bumblebees, I don't think anything's ever going to top Battle Blade Bumblebee.
Yes.
Especially post 2009, I don't think anything has the budget at the deluxe stage to top Battle Blade Bumblebee.
Maybe Cyberfire, the evil Bumblebee.
Yeah, that Dark of the Moon mold. I have the Cyberfire version of that. That's pretty good, but I don't have the Battle Blade but just looking at the two of them, you can kind of tell that Dark of the Moon one's still not quite up to that. And Rob's totally on point with the budget thing, because the last time Takara released that, they had to sell it at their Voyager price point.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's enormous.
It's enormous and has a huge parts count.
Yeah, when I finish my editing my review of this Bumblebee, which will be up on tformers.com, there is a shot at the end comparing Premier Bumblebee to Battle Blade Bumblebee, and it's easy to forget how big deluxes used to be, and Battle Blade Bumblebee was one of the biggest.
It's either easy to forget, or we have to work really hard to forget how big they used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Stepping outside of generations made it easier, because it's gotten back to where I think Titan's Return especially feels relatively satisfying for the price it's at. Mm-hmm. It took them a long time to get back there for me, and then we're back to Premiere and we're having the same old problems again.
Yeah, and even the new molds I don't think live up to the $20 price point so far. Barricade only just barely feels like a $15 or $16 toy to me.
Yeah.
But we're getting a little off track here, aren't we?
Yeah. Sorry, Diecast.
No, that's okay. Did anyone else get anything today?
I did.
This week?
I did. I got today Optimus and Megatron Pretenders from the Collectors Club through a roundabout way. Love them. Got them for a good price. Really glad to have them.
I think you mean the former Collectors Club.
Well, no,
the now defunct Transformers Collectors Club, yes.
Well, in general, they're still the Collectors Club because they do have G.I. Joe, just
but not Transformers Collectors Club.
Right.
Yeah.
They're a Collectors Club. They're a club of collectors.
You got the Pretenders from Fun Publications?
Yes.
And I picked up, this is not Cupola. This is the Yes model BB7 version. It is a KO, but it is a very high quality KO, sort of like the Thrust that I've talked about in over the course of several episodes here and there. Haven't had a chance to transform him yet. Looks good. I think he's going to look really good next to Contact Shot on the shelf, so I'm looking forward to that.
Is it an upscale? Because I don't know how big Cupola was, but it looks enormous.
Cupola is ginormous.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched several reviews, including Ben over at Ben's Collectibles in the UK, and he had a side-by-side comparison, and other than some shading differences, they're just about the same.
Wow.
Also picked up Top Spin, and I swear, if you ask me who's better, him or Trigger Happy, you might as well just go ahead and just beat me over the head with a frozen fish, because I cannot give you an answer because...
Yeah, there is no answer to that question, because they are both just awesome figures that do basically the same kind of thing in a completely different way. It's really cool.
Exactly. If you only have budget for one or two Transformers at a given time, if you can find Top Spin, if you can find Trigger Happy, which is a little bit easier now, two excellent figures.
Top Spin is my pile of loot. I can't wait to get it.
Yeah. And the last thing I got this week is thanks to the constant hounding by Melvar and Chris, I picked up Spartan. He came back in stock at BBTS, and I realized that even though I have no connection to the Impactor character, I love that mold. I love the way it looks, and I thought, it's back in stock. It's like $60 less than what everybody was selling it on the secondary market because it was out of production for a while. So I picked up him.
Nice.
Awesome.
And it's really nice.
Yeah, no, it's a really well-designed figure, and the only reason I ended up selling mine was because I just decided, like, third-party figures are not in my vein of collecting, basically. It's just, that's a thing that's not for me.
Yeah,
okay.
I think I'm giving him up.
I'm glad Don brought up that or had that Yes model cupola, because KOs, we use the term a lot. Some of the figures, like third party, are IP infringing. They're not really KOs of anything, but now we have companies KOing the third parties. I got in the mail the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Jetfire. Now, this is a KO, and when it came in the mail, I was surprised it had the official logos on it that say Transformers. It had the UPC code. It has the Hasbro logos on it. And I was like, maybe they sent me a real one. And then I started to look at it, and all the parts on the figure that are supposed to be like a blue are actually brown. So it is a KO, but this is where they KO'd everything. They KO'd the box. They KO'd as much as they could. This is how you would see it on the shelf from Hasbro.
So this Jetfire is actually like the classic concept of a bootlegger knockoff, where it's trying to be deceptive and pass itself off one for one as the real thing.
Yes. Funny, because if you look on the back of the packaging, since they ripped off the Hasbro packaging, on the back of the packaging, he has the blue plastic.
Yeah.
Well, colors and styles may vary.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So definitely, if there's any viewers out there looking for Jetfire, be very careful, because I'm sure there'll be people out there selling him as legit.
Yeah.
I'll be interested, though, to hear like what the quality of that is when Diecast has had a chance to mess with it some.
Yeah. And then I also got Croc and Quake. I forgot his name for a second. Obviously didn't get a chance to open them yet.
Well, there's a lot of that going around this week, isn't there?
Yeah.
If you follow me on Twitter at Diecast2, you'll see I got my Optimus Prime and Bumblebee heads, which are very nice and very good quality. I was actually had to. It came with super glue, and I'm like, oh, why is there super glue with this? And I had the super glue on Optimus Prime's antenna.
Oh,
well, if you don't, he wouldn't get any reception at all.
Nice, Don.
They have even good detail on the back of the head and everything, and they open up, which I guess could be an ashtray or something like that.
Candy dish.
Very
candy
tiny,
dish.
very tiny cookies.
Or save those for Halloween and put a little bit of dry ice and a little bit of water inside each one. Just have Optimus Prime and Bumblebee foggers.
But they're pretty nice, and they're different. They're not something that you see on the shelves around here, and they're a pretty decent quality for what they are.
So it seemed like there would be interesting companion pieces to those Optimus and Bumblebee G1 style mugs we were talking about in RFC this week.
Yes. And then I also got the HS03, which is the Hot Soldiers little sound wave. And he's pretty cool. His paint is really nice. They did a really great paint job on this.
Is that a third-party toy, or is it a knockoff?
Is this a knockoff of a third party?
I think they are their own company, but they've done a lot of upgrade kits in the past. I believe. I'm not 100% sure on
I
that.
think that is an original tooling. I don't think that's based on anybody else's work.
But they're
such.
doing a really cheap. I mean, I think you can pick this guy up for like $15 on the Chosen Prime. I think.
Well,
they're
that just
actually
means that they got a really good factory deal, or they made an ass ton of them,
Yeah, but
yeah,
or both.
it's interesting.
Well, now, does it transform, or is it sort of like a Reveltech / Figure Arts?
Oh no,
Is
no,
it an
it's
Action Master?
it transforms.
Huh.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
How large is it relative to a deluxe? It's hard to tell from here.
It's the legend size basically that we've been getting
okay.
like with DX9 and everything.
Okay.
So War in the Pocket.
So probably a little bit bigger than a Cyberverse Commander style
here he
figure.
is with
Ah.
the Warren Pocket, one of the Dinobots.
I want those Dinobots.
Yeah. And he even comes with a little sound wave, little tiny.
Laserbeak.
Yeah. But I because he was so nice, I went ahead. They have an Ultra Magnus coming out that I went ahead and ordered because it was like $10.
Interesting.
The only thing I'm afraid of with an Ultra Magnus is if it does transform, it'll be the titanium engineering.
That'd be. So
I don't think anything can be that bad. Except
that's not made of metal, is it?
Yeah. And then I also got the Transformers Last Night T-shirt, which has a very nice Transformers 5 logo on the back of it. And that also came from Taobao. Lots of Taobao stuff.
And that's where Diecast money went.
Yep.
Every week.
And where else my money is going to brings us to the first item, which is Masterminds Creations Ocular Max Remix RMX-03 Voltor and RMX-04 Buzzard. And these are the ones Brian has been waiting for to come out.
But considering they're a 2-pack, I'm never buying them. Not spending that
for
much.
$85. I mean, they're cheap individual, cheap per unit.
You can't get them per unit though.
No, you have to buy both, but you're only paying $40 for each one. That's not bad.
I'm just wondering if Ocular Max is doing kind of a long game because they're going to do all the cassettes and then come out with the sound wave that the cassettes go in. It's like, I got these cassettes and no sound wave. Oh, they're making a sound wave.
How big would a sound wave have to be to fit these correctly, though?
I mean, if we're getting like Fans Toys Omega, and we've gotten the Scorpion.
But Omega Supreme is supposed to be gigantic.
Yeah,
Soundwave is not.
Well,
that's the difference.
Well, season 3 would prove you wrong on that because they could be any size they want to be.
See, what would be really cool is if the Ocular Max Soundwave we're hypothesizing was a completely original design, like a different kind of tape player alt mode. Something where it gives a little more flexibility to hold these regular size cassettes, but also not be a huge robot, unreasonably huge robot. Also, doing new things. I'm kind of into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for a while, we didn't know if they were going to keep doing this series because it took them a long time after their Jaguar came out.
They probably shouldn't.
Ravage. Well,
they should at least get the humanoid robots made before they stop, because that seems like something that'd be, or a Rat Bat. Either one of those would be something that'd probably be a draw.
Yeah, definitely.
They're so
and
heavy.
the humanoids that Rumble. What is it? Rumble and Frenzy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an easy 2-pack, just like these. So.
No, what you do though is you do Rumble and Enemy and sell 2 red ones together.
Yes.
Or if they want to be really jerks about it, just put like Rumble, Frenzy, Enemy. Just put all the names on it, and you can just pick whatever name, go there, whatever robot you want to.
I am.
Well,
I've always wanted
Enemy is
that.
indisputably a red robot. It's just Rumble and Frenzy that can go either way.
Yeah.
And what they should do is just sell both of them as either Rumble or Frenzy, sell them individually, and just change what color the robot is inside the package.
Oh yeah.
Like, not even give it a different number.
Oh God, you might as well just make a blind bag there. at
Yeah.
that point.
It might as well be blind bagged.
There you go.
It's
I'm up
just
for that.
it's like one bag says Rumble, one says Frenzy, but it can have either one in it.
Blind bag masterpiece figures.
Oh, like
Blind bag third-party masterpiece figures. We've arrived.
Yeah.
we have arrived and we have just screwed ourselves.
Not me. I'm screwing everybody else.
All right. Where do you go from that? Next on the list, you have Takara Tomi's Legends LG49 Trigger Happy, which is
Pre-ordered.
Yeah, same here.
Absolutely.
no photos. I can't.
No
I can't
hesitation.
pre-order anything with no photos.
I can.
okay,
But
so
it's a
here's the-
Target Master now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's prefixed with Target Master, which means we know it's coming with a little robot buddy that the Hasbro one doesn't have. Nothing else matters.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
we know and we
It's
know
an
a
awesome
great-
figure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We know it's a
Now-
great mold. It'll probably have a higher paint budget than the domestic version, and it's going to have a Target Master.
It
Yeah.
may also have a different face. Like, it may have like a so the Hasbro one has the Rebirth style face with the two eyes and the mask. The toy has a visor and a full face. So the Takara one could go in the opposite direction. So, if you don't like the media style face we have,
Yeah.
this might be a different way
Did
to go.
Did Japan get G1 Trigger Happy?
Trigger Happy was a character in Headmasters.
I have one more question. With the extensive amount of remolding we saw in Cup and Hot Rod, is there anything else they could do to Trigger Happy that would be conducive to giving him a look closer to the animation, or something that would be more appealing to Takara Tomy?
I mean, the only thing I can think of is that they remolded to be more square.
They probably won't do that. They could
Probably not.
they could arbitrarily retool something just to say it's retooled, but they probably won't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just really hope we get photos for these soon, because at $40, I don't know that I'm jumping on a pre-order without photos.
Well,
I did.
I wasn't going to get Cup, and I wasn't going to get Cup until I saw the revised photos. And Trigger Happy is as much as I've grown to love Cup, Trigger Happy is a much better mold. So that was kind of like a no-brainer there.
And then the other Takara Tomy Legends we have is LG47 Kickback and Crowbar.
Or Clouder, maybe.
Yeah. And we also have no photos of this, but it's priced at $19.99 because it is just a Legend figure and an extra Titan Master.
Fingers crossed for Chrome Wings.
At
Or at
that
least
point,
silver.
I would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point, I would have to order that one as well.
Yeah.
And the third,
Like,
and
I
the
would
third,
like it to go. I'd like to go more cartoon based in general and have maybe like opaque yellow instead of the translucent part.
Yes,
That'd
that
be nice,
it
too.
needs that.
Yeah, because that would actually bring it more in line with the other two Hasbro Insecticons. If it had silver wings of any kind and opaque yellow on the hatch, that would be so tempting to me.
Yeah.
And the translucent is really pointless anyway because it's a rumble seat, not a cockpit.
Or is it a
So-
frenzy seat?
Yeah.
Well, they are.
Maybe
the
it's an enemy seat.
Yeah, but they are the enemy. I was gonna say yes.
Yeah.
Well done, gentlemen.
but yeah, I agree that if they go with the yellow paint instead of the clear translucent, that I would have to jump on that. And then the third one up is the Takara Tomy Legends LG48 Brawn and Repugnus.
I did pre-order this one.
I didn't.
I am almost 100% sure that this is going to have a deco that I like more than the really deep green of the Hasbro.
I like
think
Outback.
they'll go more animation accurate like this.
I don't think we can have a green Brian that actually turns into brown. I don't think green works like that.
Well, if you take the red out, or no, if you add red to green, you get brown. So like you just need to come up with a way to add a color to it temporarily and then take it back out later.
Color change.
If you want to turn your toys brown, start smoking a pipe now, and by about 2037, you'll be good.
Or dead.
Or dead.
Possibly both.
And then the final item is a KO third-party item, which is the YM12 KO MT. I'm not sure what they're calling this, but this is the Yes model, and this is the next Headmaster, which is Hardhead, which is a knockoff of Make Toys Iron Will. Not sure what they're calling this thing, but it is if you have the Yes model KO and you're looking forward to another Yes model KO,
I will buy this.
Here it is.
Yeah.
What did they call the Yes model cupola?
Data clerk.
Oh, how clever.
So, like I said, I have not transformed my version yet, but as I've said, I've got the thrust here, and I really can't say how great this thrust is. It may be a KO, but it's solid. It transforms fine. At no point was I scared of anything breaking. There is no jangle in the hips.
And the chest actually tabs in correctly, right?
Exactly. Plus, on the Yes model, they added a extra hinge down here that versus the Toy World version, you can actually have this wings down a little lower on the body. Not quite 100% show accurate, but not bad.
I don't understand why this company can fix the mold, but the official company can't fix the mold and give us a chest that actually tabs in like it should. I love that Masterpiece Starscream because he's the official Masterpiece Starscream, but he has all sorts of loose and jiggly and cockpit not locking in the correct way, and they really need to fix that or just give us a new mold.
Remember, it was iGear that first fixed the mold and took away the long fuselage panels on the side and built it into the legs. So they were the first ones to actually improve on the Seeker mold by not having all that side kibble. So I mean, I guess with them being not as restrained as far as budget concerns, they can think outside the box and do this remolding. But you are right that if Hasbro is seeing all these cars seeing these problems on production, especially for what these cone heads are costing, and none of them have been looked at, that's a problem.
So thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you check us out next week on another edition of There Goes My Money.
This has been There Goes My Money.